In geopolitics, history is often written not by the largest countries, but by the narrowest waterways. The Bosphorus shaped empires. The Strait of Hormuz shaped global energy. The Strait of Malacca shaped the Indo-Pacific. And today, the Red Sea is emerging as the waterway that may redefine the geopolitics of West Asia, the Horn of Africa, and perhaps the future of global trade itself. So, how did the Red Sea become so important? The answer begins with geography. Stretching nearly 2,200 kilometers from the Suez Canal to Bab el Mandeb Strait, the Red Sea connects the Mediterranean with the Indian Ocean, bordered by 8 countries. It is one of the busiest maritime corridors in the world, carrying container traffic, energy supplies, and trade between Europe and Asia, which means when disruption occurs here, it does not remain a regional issue. Its consequences are felt across the world. But here is the key point. The Red Sea is not becoming strategically important because ships pass through it. It has always been strategically important. What is changing is the nature of the conflicts surrounding it. For decades, policymakers viewed West Asia and Horn of Africa as a separate strategic theaters. West Asia was defined by the Arab-Israeli conflict, the Iran-Gulf rivalry, and oil politics, while the Horn of Africa was associated with civil wars, piracy, and humanitarian crisis. Geography connected the two. Policy rarely did. That distinction is now disappearing. After the Gaza war began, Yemen's Houthis started claiming solidarity with the Palestinians and also started acting as part of Iran's axis of resistance. They initiated attacks on commercial shipping in the Red Sea to pressure Israel and its Western allies. A war in Gaza ended up reshaping maritime security hundreds of kilometers away. It demonstrated how quickly a land conflict can disrupt global trade at sea. The Yemen conflict exposed just how vulnerable the Red Sea has become. Put all these developments together and a clear pattern emerges. First, the conflict in Gaza spills into Yemen. Second, instability in Yemen disrupts global shipping. Third, Sudan's civil war reshapes competition along Africa's coastline. Fourth, Ethiopia's quest for maritime access influences diplomacy across the Horn of Africa. And lastly, the Gulf states are now deeply engaged on both sides of the Red Sea. These are no longer isolated crises. They increasingly reinforce one another, forming what scholars call a regional security complex. In the end, for global powers, the Red Sea is one of the world's most critical strategic choke points where maritime security, great power competition, and energy routes converge. For India, the stakes are equally significant. The Red Sea is rapidly becoming an integral part of India's strategic neighborhood. Its trade, energy security, and strategic partnerships increasingly depend on stability across both the Gulf and Africa. The biggest mistake for India would be to see each crisis around the Red Sea in isolation. That is no longer the reality. This maritime corridor is no longer just a shipping lane. It is becoming a space where the conflicts of West Asia and the Horn of Africa intersect, where wars on land reshape trade at sea, where ports, supply chain, and maritime choke points are becoming just as important as armies and borders.